I feel like I got a bit of liberty when I was younger. I was allowed to cry more. If that sounds weird to say, I was allowed to cry more, but it's true.
Welcome to Platform Z, or Z, whichever you prefer. Join me, Noah Lennon, as I speak with my generation about a range of topics and themes in the present day.
Hello, wonderful people. Thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of the podcast. Today, I'm speaking with a very close friend of mine. He's a talented musician, a talented actor, writer, and potentially in the future, a great director, filmmaker too. You may have heard him on some of my songs, in music videos, live shows. He's my brother, my partner in crime. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaan Singh.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a lovely evening or morning, wherever you are, whenever you decide to watch this. It's a pleasure to be on. Thank you for that lovely introduction, Noah. Appreciate it. It's my brother right here, guys. So, yeah, thank you. Honored to be on here.
Of course. So, as you can tell from the title, today's episode is Men Crying. We're starting very vulnerable.
The big touchy subject, yes.
We're starting with a big one. Yeah. I guess let's get right into it.
Yep, let's do it.
When was the last time you cried?
I actually don't remember. It was recent. I can tell you that much. It was recent. I think it was in the last 2 weeks.
Would you say it was a healthy cry? Did you feel it satisfied you crying?
I think with me personally, and this could apply to a lot of other people, when I do cry, it is usually to release like stress or anxiety or whatever it may be that I'm feeling at that moment in time, and it would help. It is way more difficult when you're doing it on your own, but when I last cried like two or so weeks ago, I did actually cry on the phone with a very close friend of mine. When it does happen, it's kind of like a reset button almost. Just letting everything out, especially if you share that with someone who you trust and you are comfortable with being vulnerable with. I think it helps tenfold, depending on your circumstance, of course. If you're crying for like grief or something else, it depends on the weight of the situation. But I think it's definitely really good for you to do at least a couple times a month. I think it can be really healthy for you mentally and physically.
Definitely. I think it's something that you have to explore and something that as a human you can't avoid.
You can't avoid it, you're right, 100%.
It feels like there needs to be, a detachment from the gender of crying and more seeing it as a human thing rather than, men, they don't do it. Or
I'm pretty sure animals do cry, of course, as well. When a human cries, I feel like it's more pressure put on us. As human beings, we are a social creature. We have to look out for each other. It's each other that's making us upset, which is ironic. It is what it is. It is more like seen as a less masculine thing if you cry in general or regularly.
And that's just the conditioning, I guess, over the years.
It is, because I think it's worse back then. I think it's a bit better now, but it's still not as good as it needs to be. Because back then, like say 1950s or something, if you cried as a man, you'd be like shamed. Everyone would know this guy's like at the bottom, he's weak. Yeah, I feel like now we've made progress for sure, but men's mental health, which is a big factor into the whole crying and whatnot, still needs to be addressed more prominently. I mean, male suicides are just only getting higher and higher every year. I don't know if you've seen like any statistics or anything, but it's been going crazy. And sometimes we just need someone to chat to or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that leads me on to the next question quite nicely. How has your attitude towards crying changed over the years?
Drastically. I was actually very emotional when I was younger. I think more emotional than I am now, to be honest. I feel like I got a bit of liberty when I was younger. I was allowed to cry more. If that sounds weird to say, I was allowed to cry more, but it's true. I would, and then I would also be told, "Oh, you shouldn't be so emotional. You know, you're supposed to be a man. You can't be so emotional. It's not going to do you any good." But like now, I think due to that conditioning, I have become slightly less emotional, and I don't think it's good. I think it's really unhealthy. But behind closed doors, I do still retain that attitude I had when I was way younger, when I was like 10 or 11 or however old I was. And so I think your emotions stick with you for the rest of your life, no matter how old you are. I think like what you feel when you was younger sticks with you. I think those crucial years of growing up impact you the most, and did to me, for sure. But I'm glad I was allowed that leniency to be more emotional when I was younger, because I think it did allow me to be more the person I am today and be more sympathetic and just grateful for other people who are willing to not only be vulnerable with me. I've had people call me up to cry on the phone, close friends. Even you and I have shared that experience as well, and it just helps. I think it really helps. It's very good to have someone like that.
Totally. And I think there's such an importance in making crying an experience done with other people too, maybe, because
how do you mean?
A lot of people like to cry by themselves.
Yeah, they isolate themselves.
Yeah, and sharing that with someone else and calling someone or speaking with them or being with them and letting it out is the way that is maybe most healthy, where you have the immediate support right there, because maybe certain people go down a hole where, because they're alone, they become a cave. They become their own downfall in a way, where because they're not reaching out, they feel that they're not loved, or they're not seen or respected or heard. So there's such an importance in the togetherness part.
Yeah, because your brain just messes with you otherwise. Otherwise, you've lost yourself mentally, and I mean, doubt is a big killer. Very famous phrase. And it's true, because it's the reason why so many people give up, so to speak, I'd say, because they don't have that that backbone to rely on, that, you know, that someone usually can fall back on when they feel like crap, you know. They feel like they're gonna, they don't feel like they've got no drive, no will, nothing. I've been recommended therapy multiple times, so many times, but I've never done it ever. Like in my entire life, I've never gone to therapy. I just, as a man as well, I think it's very bad, because you kind of become your own therapist in a way. Maybe it's due to, like we said before, the conditioning and the pressure on masculine behavior, or men in general. But it's true. It's a sad truth.
Do you think therapy is a positive thing for people?
I feel like it just depends. It depends on you. If it's not for you, you're going to see it as like a big waste of time, like the most negative thing on earth, because you're like, okay, they're just money laundering, and they're just trying to speak to me and like mention different methods that I've tried before and it's not worked. I've had a mate, very close mate of mine, who has said that they have tried therapy. I believe it was online therapy, because everything's online nowadays. They've said that they've had therapy and it's helped them a bit, but the solutions that were given to them, they were just like, oh yeah, give it time. Time will heal everything. I could have told you that. Your friend could have told you that. Why do I need to pay £20 a month for you to pretend like you're listening to me and be like, okay, it will be better. Just give it time. I haven't tried it, so I can't really speak on it if it's a positive thing. I think it's a great thing as an option for many people, men especially, and all women, whoever it works for. I think if it works for you, positive, amazing. Is someone to listen to for those people who can't like find someone. But for me personally, I rely more on say family, or certain family and friends to alleviate that pain. I think positive if it works for you, negative if it just doesn't give you anything to heal with properly. So it's a big dependent thing. It's depending on what you think of it. I think yeah, very personal to you. Yeah.
I think we've kind of covered it already, but from your perspective, what can we do to help men deal with their emotions effectively?
It's easy. It's the easiest thing. Just speak. Just talk. To speak out. Men are so... I hate to say it, but lads, listen to me when I say this. Every man listening to this right now, you're not him. You're not like a stoic hero. You've got an ego the size of the moon, bro. Just let it go. Speak how you feel. Say how you feel. Chat to your brother, whether that be your actual biological brother or friend brother or sister, whoever. Speak. Just say it. Like, say how you feel. Not enough of us are vocal because Gen Z, they're so introverted and closed in. And I think it's a shame. We're viewed as like incompetent for it if we're not speaking out more. This is why I love being an extrovert, personally. They're like, oh, why are you so loud? I'm not loud, I'm just vocal. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. But all I can say, to answer your question straightforwardly, just speak about it. Talk to someone. That's it. Easy. You will feel so much better. I've done it so many times. I've had mental breakdowns. Like, I'd be in my room alone. It's just psychology. Anyone in uni who's listening to this, who's doing a psychology degree, they will tell you speaking to someone can do wonders. Simple human contact. Hugging someone. Oh my God. Hugging. That's another one. That's a great one. Get a hug from someone. Your mum, your dad, or your sibling, your friend, whoever. Hug your dog, bro. It will help so much. It's an easy solution to the problem, but people just choose to ignore it because they're like, nah, if I cry in front of people or I tell them how I feel, I'm giving my vulnerability out. And I'm like, I get that. I've been like vulnerable with the wrong people at times and it has backfired. It's a learning experience. You're a human being. We make mistakes all the time. It's really up to you. You've got plenty of options. You're just being ignorant. It's just ignorance at the end of the day, which is a big flaw in men. But that's all I'll say on that.
Wow, that's beautiful. Wow.
I feel like I went on for a while, yeah.
Nah, I think people can really appreciate what you said there, and I agree with everything you said.
Trying to give as many like solution, you know? But there's something out there for you, for sure. You just got to try it.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. We're coming to the end. Let's move on to the quickfire questions.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
No, but yeah, let's get into it. Why not?
Okay, so just answer these as quick as you can. Don't think too much. The first thing that comes to your head. Okay. What was the most recent thing that inspired you?
The new Superman film. Beautiful. Very inspirational. Actually, if you're a man and you're depressed, watch Superman. That's another solution. It's so good. It teaches you to open up more. Sorry, continue.
What is your goal for this month?
Just keep working on myself as I was. Yeah. Try to keep stability. Yeah. Stability of the mind, physically. Yeah, everything like that, pretty much.
What's one bad habit that you need to get rid of?
Oh, got too many. One bad habit I need to get rid of. So going into things with a negative mindset that I assume that I won't enjoy, but I should always go in thinking, why not? You only live once. It's just assuming that you won't like something. I've done it so many times. Getting rid of that negative outlook on something new that you might not be comfortable with. Yeah. Getting out of my comfort zone, to put it in simple terms. There you go.
Amazing. What does joy look like to you?
Seeing my future self smile in my head. Yeah, that's it. If I could smile in the future, that's joy in its simplest form. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. When have you felt the most love?
Well, Wow, these are very personal. When have I felt the most love? Recently, this year, I'd say. Yeah, past few months, I've been very, very love filled for me. Yeah.
What's the one thing you change in today's society? Final question.
One thing I change in today's society. Goes back to what I said before. Be more vocal. Stop being so quiet. You're walking around like a clone or a drone or a flipping AI robot, bro. Like, what are you so quiet for? I think, especially the place we live in, London, we're so antisocial. Antisocial behavior. That's what I want to change in today's society. I want people to speak up more. You're walking down the street, you see someone you recognize, you'd be like, "You're right. How you doing?" And not just ignore them because, oh, I don't know what to say. That's so like backwards. I couldn't do that. I think, yeah, antisocial behavior. Get rid of that. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
I'm with you on that. Definitely.
It would do wonders. Like, it's so beneficial to just be more vocal. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the end of the first episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and there'll be a lot more in the future. Thank you, Shaan, for being my guest.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, brother, for having me on here.
Please take a moment to talk about anything that's coming up in the future, where people can find you.
Okay. Well, I mean, coming up in the future, music is a big thing for both of us as well. Working on an album and another little EP. You can expect that in the future. I won't promise near future because I don't know. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Ruthless Divine, but the U in Ruthless is an X. Make sure you remember that. But other than that, yeah, the music, I guess, main thing, yeah. That's all I can say for now.
Yeah, and you'll find everything in the description below.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Shaan. Thank you for coming on.
Of course, Barra. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Yeah, it's the first episode. It's been a heavy one. If you decided to stick through it to the end, so thank you for listening. Thank you, Noah, for having me. Yeah.
Okay, take care, guys. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.